Seeking Sister Wife, Garrick Merrifield proves he's ick factor. Seeking Sister Wife star, Garrick Merrifield continues to prove he has the ick factor, and it is never going away. The Merrifields will likely be back for season 6 as they were seen out filming. With that, Garrick still believes he is a gift to all women. Followers caught wind of a photo and they had a lot to say about it. Keep reading for more details and reactions. Garrick Merrifield proves he's ick factor. It is unclear when season 6 of Seeking Sister Wife will be back. Yet, Garrick Merrifield and his newest potential sister wife, Lorena, were spotted out filming. He met her after things fell apart with Natalia Lima, to whom he was engaged. She lived in Brazil and was studying law. The two were set to tie the knot, but Garrick's wife, Danielle Merrifield, failed to connect with Natalia. They had courted another woman previously, Roberta, and that was seamless. Unfortunately, the wedding never happened as Garrick's polygamous ways were discovered. She remained in Brazil, and they started courting another woman who would not convert, so that ended. Natalia also felt Garrick was too much and called him out in the finale, so she called off the engagement. Luckily, they met Lorena, also from Brazil, became engaged, and baptized her. Now, she is seemingly in America and allowing the Merrifields more television time. Fans of the show either love or hate the couple who unexpectedly welcomed their third child in May 2023. Now, those same fans are back to bashing Garrick after a bathtub photo resurfaced. This snap is over a year old, but he has since made it his profile pic on all social media platforms. Followers were shocked to see this bathtub scene, staring back at them, and immediately ran to Reddit. This picture gives me the ick more than a lot of things he has done. Well, on par with a lot of things he has done. There is nothing more repulsive to me than a man trying to look sexy. Talk about a jump scare as I scroll along. What is he saying? To add to the enticing bathtub photo, Garrick Merrifield reposted philosophical words. Fans were shocked by what was posted because they did not feel it made any sense. Does the grammar of that post make sense that I'm just missing? What is he even saying about Rudyard Kipling, who is not, but the way, a stoic, but is famously racist? I had to read it several times. Still doesn't make sense, but I'm sure it sounds brilliant in his head. Garrick was also the man who claimed God came to him and said he needed another wife. Yet, his own wife did not care for this, but that did not matter. He consistently downs and ignores her feelings, but she remains with him. Now, they are on fiancé number 3 in their 4th season of Seeking Sister Wife, so clearly they hold some intrigue. Garrick Merrifield, one of the central figures from Seeking Sister Wife, has become quite the polarizing character. In the intricate world of plural marriage, he appears to champion the ideals of building a harmonious, expanded family. But with each new episode, it's as if Garrick himself is pulling back the veil on the unsettling undercurrent of his intentions, earning him the title of the ick factor. To the uninitiated, Seeking Sister Wife can seem like a progressive reality show about expanding familial love. But with Garrick, the facade cracks early on, leaving viewers to question whether his motives are really about love and faith or something darker and more self-serving. His journey with his first wife, Danielle, initially appeared to stem from their shared beliefs in plural marriage, but as time went on, it became clear that the foundations were shaky. What was supposed to be a faith-driven search for spiritual and emotional growth now feels, to many, like Garrick's personal quest for power and control. When Garrick first introduced the idea of welcoming a sister wife into their marriage, his wife Danielle seemed hesitant but open. The journey wasn't easy for her. Viewers saw her struggle with jealousy, uncertainty, and the emotional turmoil of watching her husband fall for another one. But through it all, she remained supportive, convinced that her faith and love for Garrick would guide her through the storm. But Garrick, he appeared a little too eager to jump into the arms of another woman. Enter Roberta, the Brazilian beauty who captivated Garrick's attention and, quite frankly, seemed to fuel his unquenchable desire for something new. The plan was to bring Roberta into their lives as a sister wife, but Garrick's behavior, his insistence, his impatience, and the way he seemingly pushed Danielle to the side, raised red flags for viewers early on. There was an ickiness in the way he handled the situation, a sense of entitlement that made many wonder if this was really about plural marriage or just about Garrick chasing after his own desires, regardless of who got hurt along the way. What sealed the ick factor was Garrick's increasingly blatant disregard for Danielle's feelings. Their marriage, once based on partnership, now seemed unbalanced. Viewers witnessed Danielle's growing discomfort, her tears, her pleas for reassurance, all while Garrick forged ahead with his plans to be with Roberta. It was hard to shake the feeling that he was bulldozing through his wife's emotions, using Faith as a convenient shield for his behavior. His dismissiveness, paired with his lack of empathy, made many viewers question whether his commitment to plural marriage was real or if it was simply a smokescreen for his self-serving desires. Garrick's behavior became more unsettling as the courtship with Roberta progressed. The emotional roller coaster he put Danielle through was hard to watch. Viewers saw her grapple with her insecurities while Garrick seemed to bask in his newfound affection for Roberta. There was an undeniable sense of exploitation in how he handled both relationships. The moments where he and Roberta were off, enjoying each other's company, while Danielle was left alone to process her emotions, highlighted the growing power imbalance. The audience couldn't help but cringe, watching Garrick's grin as he navigated this spiritual journey in a way that felt more like a midlife crisis than a genuine faith-driven endeavor. Garrick's detachment from Danielle became even more apparent when the couple divorced so he could legally marry Roberta. The ease with which he seemed to dismantle their marriage, the marriage they had spent years building, made viewers shudder. While Danielle went along with the plan, it was clear that this was tearing her apart inside. Her vulnerability, contrasted with Garrick's seemingly unbothered demeanor, was what truly solidified his ick factor. It wasn't just that he wanted to expand their family, it was the way he did it, with little regard for the emotional toll it took on his wife. Even more disturbing was how Garrick seemed to revel in the physical aspect of his new relationship with Roberta. His constant focus on their intimacy, often discussed in front of Danielle, felt insensitive and inappropriate. It was as though he couldn't see, or didn't care, how painful it was for Danielle to hear about his connection with another woman. The fact that he could so casually talk about his future with Roberta, while disregarding his wife's obvious discomfort, only added to the growing discomfort viewers felt watching him. In many ways, Garrick has become a caricature of what viewers fear most about plural marriage, a man using the guise of faith to justify his own selfish desires. His lack of empathy, his almost robotic approach to his relationship with Danielle, and his eagerness to jump into a new relationship with Roberta all contribute to what makes him so hard to watch. It's not just the jealousy or the struggles that come with plural marriage. It's the way Garrick seems to be blind to the emotional wreckage he's leaving in his wake. The ick factor isn't just about his behavior in one relationship. It's about how he treats the concept of marriage itself. What was once a sacred bond between two people has now become, in his hands, a tool for manipulation, control, and personal gratification. His actions throughout Seeking Sister Wife have made it clear that Garrick is not just a man seeking a bigger family. He's a man chasing his own desires, regardless of who he hurts along the way. Garrick Merrifield may have entered Seeking Sister Wife under the banner of faith, but it's his lack of humility, empathy, and respect that have ultimately exposed him as someone driven more by the ick factor than by love or spiritual growth. And as the show continues, one can't help but wonder if he's headed toward the same emotional reckoning he's inflicted on those closest to him.